Hi, this is Gary with MacMost Now. On today's episode, let's look at the Finder's File Info window. So when you're in the Finder, you can select a file and get more info by simply going to File, Get Info. Now usually people don't go to the File menu, they just use the shortcut Command-I. So let's do that. Command-I, what that file selected, and it brings up the info window here with lots of information about the file. Now I have several different sections of information here. So for instance, at the top you get some general information about the file, like the size and its name and the last time it was modified. But each one of these sections you can open and close very easily like that, and you can see more detailed information like the exact size of the file and when it was created as well as when it was modified. You can look in the more info section that will change depending upon the type of file. So this is an image file and it'll tell me the dimensions and all sorts of information about the image itself, including even what camera it was used to take the picture. Now it's even a little misleading to think of this as a get info window because you can actually change information as well. For instance, under name and extension here I can go in and edit the file name. So it's just a different way to go and do that. And of course there are other things you can change here, like whether the file is locked, for instance. So looking down through the sections, there's a lot you can do here. For instance, spotlight comments, you can add tags or keywords so you can search for the file using Spotlight and actually come up with it if it's tagged in Spotlight comments with something. You can go further down and look at a preview of the file, for instance. You can also look at sharing and permissions for the file, and watch what happens if I were to get information on, say, a text document rather than an image. You can see here that under more info I don't have all that, and under preview I get a preview of the text document itself instead of the image. You can also set for files what document opens them up under the Open With area there. So it'll look into your application and see what can handle this type of app and allow you to select one, or you can jump to the App Store to find different applications that handle this app, or set it to anything that you want using Other. Another cool thing you can do is you can select the icon here. You see it has a little outline now that I've selected it. I can then copy that and paste it into, say, a graphics program. I can also paste over that now that I have it selected. If I had another icon or just a graphic from any graphics program, I could paste and replace the icon with a custom icon. Now what would happen if I selected two files and I did Command-I? I get two separate windows for them. But if instead I use the Option key, let's select one file and do the Option key. Now watch what happens under File. If I hold down the Option key, Get Info changes to Show Inspector. Basically it's the same window. If I open it up you may not even notice anything different, except the title bar here is a little different. Now what's interesting about this is if I select different files, this will show the info for the file selected. And if I select multiple files, it will then show the information for those items together. So it allows me to make changes like change permissions or something for multiple files. I want to select two images here. Now I can select what app opens them up, for instance. So there's some interesting things you can do by using the inspector window rather than the get info window. And the get info window, of course, Command-I, and now if I select another file, this one's still going to show me the file for the original one when I used Command-I. Now the get info window also works great for folders. So if I select a folder, Command-I, here it'll tell me information about the folder, like for instance the size of all the items in it and how many items are in it, all sorts of different things like that. So, and I can do the same thing with an inspector window here. I can do Option Command-I, get an inspector window, and then go to another folder and look and see what's there and select multiple items. Let's select two folders here and it'll tell me that there's two folders and the total amount of files and size taken up by everything in those two folders. And what I showed you before about changing the icon, you can also do for folder icons, which is very useful to be able to make a unique folder icon for a special folder. So I hope you found this quick look at the info window useful. Till next time, this is Gary with MacMost Now. If you found this video useful, there's one thing you can do for me in return. It won't cost you anything and it'll just take you a few seconds. If you're not already at MacMost.com, go there and then look for the video you just watched and go to that page. Underneath the video you'll see a bunch of different links that help you share the video with friends. Take a second to click the like button. This sends a signal out to the rest of the internet that the video is worth watching. Thanks.